Welcome everyone to today's game of Flux Cup. Right now we have the Expert Division, the kind of rescheduled game for Last Kings against GRUBS 2. I'm going to be your caster Intel, and soon Navina will be joining me. He's running in a little late as he's doing a bit of an interview, but otherwise we're going to be seeing this kind of really intense game going on as both these teams have had an extra day to prepare against each other since of the reschedule. We are going to be going to Lijiang Tower first, which is control. And a lot of the votings are kind of either in between or favoring GRUBS for this match. So I'm very interested to see how this goes. When it comes to these teams, we have very interesting rosters. They're not really spoken a lot out in the community, but Last Kings still have that reputation of being the champions of the Apprentice Division for Season 1. So it's still going to be a lot of expectations to see what they do when it comes to the season. I actually don't know much to talk about as we're just continuously waiting for this game to kind of start. Right now, we're waiting for GRUBS to come back. But I guess it's kind of like an idea of how we're seeing these drafts, because I can recognize a lot of these players, such as Remy, Repeat, Q, and people like Great Club, Triggered. I can recognize these people to understand that they are great players to see how they go. But how well will they do going inside of the A lot of the expert divisions, especially some of the higher ups, such as Volcanic, have been exclusively running this Ball Sigma comp or a quick brawl one. And on Lijiang Tower, we often see this brawl comp being run so that people can be able to just run right over or stay on point to avoid any factors of having to kind of go up against this Ball Sig comp. A lot of players seem to just not be interested in it. And with the Sig changes possibly coming in to due to experimental, we might be seeing that change. So, it might be changing the factors into the future. So, when it comes to this match, especially on Lijiang Tower, a lot of these teams, we're going to see if that extra day gave them... Sorry, someone is texting me, and I think they think I'm the other Gordo in the league. So I have to explain to them how I'm not possibly the Gordo, though only the second time that I've been confused for a different person. But either way, as we're waiting for GRUBS 2 to come in, yep, I'm the wrong Gordo, my apologies. We're going to have to see how this composition works. Looking at every other expert team, we kind of see how these teams are playing in coordination. It's more favored in how the DPS and the tanks are working together to get these ball dive compositions or in these brawl comps. But otherwise, we don't really see anyone doing much. And we kind of have to expect. There isn't much information, I guess. I can go off from how we feel about Last Kings or against GRUBS. I would really have to kind of go out of my way to just randomly talk about discussion and such. But I guess what I'll bring up is just kind of the events of what happened to the other expert divisions and how this go into game. Specifically speaking, we've looked at the other maps and the possibilities that might be run, such as on Escort or 2CP, and only one other team has gone to a map 5 of the expert division, that being Simply Business and New Effect, both of them going head-to-head against each other. So I don't know in the possibility of GRUBS being able to bring this stat close. I do think it's a highly possibility. And when looking at the stats of the poll that I ran in Flux Cup Weekly, kind of see who had the edge going into this fight. 1 second, my apologies, as we're frantically waiting for not only GRUBS to join bat, but just to randomly say something into this void. Because there isn't really much to talk about, since I personally have no information on this team. I don't have any contact, so I'm just kind of thinking. But when it came to this, we do see that a lot of people kind of favor GRUBS winning this. A lot of people, the most often is GRUBS being voted a clean 3-0. When it came to the votes, only one person really guessed a 1 for Last Kings. So you'd have to guess that Last Kings are kind of not doing the best. Actually, I do remember some internal things. I do know that Last Kings have been suffering a lot of internal issues, so their team may not be as coordinated as, say, the GRUBS, which is why people are voting it up. And that could be caused to kind of coaching or management. I don't know the exact reason, but I do understand that this may cause a suffering for last King, which may not be a big deal. Oh man, it's taking GRUBS a while, and I just have to continuously talk about statistics, random numbers, and ideas. I guess we can really say is kind of how we think Last Kings are going to have to keep up into this fight. Because we all know the way the meta works is playing the ball sig, as I said before, having to work together and go up against each other in coordinated dives. And that's really what makes a team kind of the best. I ended up asking people what was their perception and what made a team strong and what made a team weak. Because I wanted to understand deeply what makes these teams different, what makes a top level to the lowest level. And a lot of people really believed in just not being able to be flashy, but just coordination, cohesion, but most importantly, good management. And I think that's something very important since, with the rumors of Last Kings not having good management, they may have that issue. We're finally also getting GRUBS too inside of the lobby. So hopefully you won't have to listen to me talk about the most randomest topics as we wait for them to start the map and everything. Remember to drink water. It's very good. It's very nice. Cleans your throat, especially if you're talking fast like into. But otherwise, I'm finally being able to see this. Teams are getting ready for this. Uh, mm, so this is how it feels during a pause, like a really long pause in the Overwatch. Oh, sorry, Rockstraps was giving me the statistics chat. Will be given, and that's still really cool. I don't think you guys realize. So we get this statistics forum after each match. We get to see the data for each, and that is truly impressive of Rockcraft to do because we get to really see which team does. But oh, okay, yeah. So just saw the other Gordo join the lobby. I'm the one. But it's really impressive because I kind of think this helps us figure out which players are the best. So kind of statistically speaking, because community speaking, there will always be different players in what we see and how we kind of ideal them. But there in the end, there will always be a player that is 100%. And looking at these teams by roster standpoint of the people I know, I think I can see why GRUBS kind of have the advantage. I don't know. I know most of the players who are on last, but I do know four. And I know four plays a nasty roadhog that likes to flank and really any annoying off. So I can see why they picked him up. Understandably so. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Of what exactly. Because we're really just not really waiting for them to start. We're also waiting for Navino, who could probably give some intellectual talk of just probably about a sandwich or something. I don't know. Kind of lives his life off Chick-fil-A, but that's just not my issue. So when it comes to this match, I really do hope this isn't a Game 5. As much as I love seeing teams go head to head, sometimes a clean 3-0 is just something very beautiful, and you really get to appreciate and understand it. Oh, Navino's gone online on Overwatch. We might be seeing him join the lobby a couple seconds. Oh boy, we get to see the king of marsupial gaming coming back in here. But I want to see this kind of in a close game, but not a Game 5. I don't want to be here all day, but I want to be seeing teams head to head against each other in a good or insane fashion. Especially that in some of the divisions, well, not some of the divisions, there's only 2 divisions, but a couple teams in Apprentice and Volcanic have been able to show some very flashy plays and given us a really good show. Oh, Navino, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to join us.
Give me an invite to this. I can't. Braxis, can I cuss?
I don't think you can.
I didn't even ask Ackley before the till after I said the first cuss word. When I thought you guys would have started by now.
No, we waited about 10 minutes or like 8 something for GRUBS to finally get online and start inviting their players.
Why is Sev on brown brick?
I don't know.
Someone tell him to get on his main account and stop being a hooligan.
Well, he has to get on his main account because we have to get statistics correctly. I'd find it ironic if his account was just banned and he can't get on it.
He was approved by phone without telling anyone.
Oh, thank you, phone. Always appreciate that, phone.
Wait, he got his account changed to that?
He got his account. If he got his account approved to go into a level 30 account, I'll call that.
I would just practice overrule that, please, right now.
Okay, no, I'm just gonna. It's fine.
No, he's just gonna throw it out.
Is anyone ever gonna look up his stats? You can't.
Yeah, people are gonna look it up, and I didn't even realize. I thought Brown Bricks was some random player they picked up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see some new talent. No, it seems we're getting into a fight for them to just get on main right now. Impressive.
Rock, you also literally had someone else get on their main. You told Grim he had to be on his main, remember? Because Grim wanted to be on this Weeaboo account.
I literally am. I know he got approved, but phone approved his. You have to get whatever. He's
I'm adding phone and telling him he's an idiot.
Oh man, we're gonna be here for a while, guys, as we just wait for either Brown Bricks to get on their main account or for kind of oh no, they left so they could go switch the account. You know, maybe that'll increase the time for the game being. But Navino, do you have any insight onto these teams? Kind of, because I know Last Killings have had a lot of issues when it came to internally wise, which might affect their team.
I mean, if they're playing Remy and main tank, I don't know what's going on, really. Are they playing Remy and main tank?
Yeah, they're playing. It seems like they're playing Remy on.
Is Repeat even here?
Yeah, Repeat's in the lobby.
Okay.
He's coaching.
Grubs is just basically Epi with like 7 in RMM for supports, and that's about it. Like,
I can see this. So, like, would you say like Grubs are basically just able to 3-0 this?
Last Kings like out of the draft looked really good because they had some really good pieces, but like now with this new roster, I really don't know how good they're gonna be.
Now arriving at
Wasn't Carno that guy that smurfed in League 0?
He may have been.
Like the guy that was on MI6 that then got banned because he was smurfing. Is that him?
No, that was Youngsu, right?
No, MI6. Youngsu was on.
Oh, MI6, yeah. No, I don't think so. It may be a different one because we banned other people for being Smurfs in different divisions and like all that. So I don't think he would have been able to get the for.
Well, no, because you only banned Youngsu because he signed up for Youngsu/Zach because he signed up to play as Youngsu Apprentice.
Oh, that's fair.
Like Ray wasn't banned for smurfing in League 0 last season, and then playing on their main in here. Either way, we're on Gardens.
Yeah, going into this map, both of these teams are running this Ball Sigma comp, where one side is preferring to run the Symmetra so that they can be able to touch point. No. Never mind. No, only to be able to run out as there can be areas. The kind of point of this composition is just to play around each other and look for these dives and coordination.
Yeah, I mean, go. No, you go. Until you're playing my play.
Yeah. So it looks like these teams are kind of being slow together. They're just looking for that pick as Remy over-invests and gets stunned and immediately bursts it down. Slime able to be also picked off immediately, so it's going to be giving Grubs 2 the point advantage.
So, I would say I have no idea who Slime is. Like, but Sev to get a really nice pick there, and also, like, Remy kind of hard committed and just got stunned and CC to hell and just died. And thus allowing Grubs to take free space and take that free real estate and do the extra damage they need to do.
They're going to be very careful. They're kind of contesting into the point as they're coming from right room, just looking for that pick, and Trigger and Toast are able to get it in a very good dive as they immediately pick up both supports. That's going to be giving them the advantage for this next push, but they have to knock them out. It looks like GRUBS too are wanting to be able to stall this. They managed to get Q out of the fight, which may enable some form of recontest as Sam is just trying anything, and North comes in, getting triggered. Slime goes down. Sam able to get Remy, and look at this. They're able to bring it back a little bit, but the stall is now gone. The Brig comes back. They're looking to just make this even. The Zenyatta able to get the pick on Toast. Only Sigma's left on point, and what looked like a very clean fight is now not in favor for Last Kings.
They lose that. They really just didn't clean up the fight like quick enough, and then Sam just got picks and they traded out, and then the supports came back and were able to clean up the kills.
In this composition, you really want to kind of end these fights fast. Like, look at North. He already gets a pick on Slime and ends the fight before it happens. And then look, the Zenyatta on the enemy, on GRUBS, is able to get 2 picks, ending the fight. And now they're kind of staggered, having to back up. Last Kings are not being able to use any of their ultimates at this point.
Oh, well, they pick off North because he's getting a little greedy, but like they're able to like just finish up and clean up these fights because they're playing the aggressive, they're the engaged, they're playing proactively. I feel like Last Kings is playing good.
Yeah, it is last fight. Remy's looking for any form to use their ultimate. They get stunned and have to back out. The rally being used. Carno is almost going to go down. He died before he can use the Gravitic Flux. Sam on a roll here. The mine's being used midpoint, but the Transcendence is being used to knock them out. It looks like Last Kings are unable to do anything as Four is able to pick up Toast. North be able to pick up Remy, and now the Gravitic Flux out here looking to pick someone off, but they're unable to find a target to isolate, and Last Kings just kind of stumbling in, having to use her ultimates to not only contest, but to touch point. The Sigma trying to get through the window, but he misses the jump. And GRUBS, too, are able to really win that pretty convincingly.
I would say the biggest thing is like, GRUBS is using ultimates and taking, like, the aggressor in all these fights, which is consistently keeping Last Kings on the back foot and just forcing them to play into what GRUBS want to do, right? Like, they aren't, like, Sam is just rolling through and living, while Remy tries to hard commit with, like, a pile driver until he just gets melted instantly. And because of that, they're never able to fully commit to a fight because they're down their ball, and then like they just clean up the fight. So like they never use their ultimate. While GRUBS can just continually stack their ultimates over and over again with little care in the world. Plus they have the Brig, which allowed them to even to brawl in the fight even more.
By the time they reached that last fight, it was already overtime. Triggered goes to this far to get that damage boost and immediately pops North with the direct hit, but he doesn't have his mercy and overcommits to this fight, so he gets picked off by Frozen. Remember, that beam does 200 damage when you're half health, so it's gonna melt you no matter what. The fight's pretty much even, however, but North is able to come back faster than Triggered, so we're gonna see how these teams commit to this fight, with Remy barely surviving this escape. Sam is going to chase them down. North going to get payback on Toast as they're looking for this fight. Now they're contesting the point, looking for any kind of advantage. But Remy is alone and is being bursted down, just trying to stall this fight out. They managed to escape, but GRUBS' Zenyatta is able to get Slime out of this fight. And now they're just able to start the cleanup phase as Q is able to get Zenyatta up, bringing this fight back. But Sam's able to get Toast, North able to get Q. And now GRUBS too is just kind of making work out of Last Kings.
There's nothing to really say there. Like, I like the Pharah pick when it got value, but then Trigger got disconnected from Mercy and just kind of destroyed.
We're gonna be seeing a pause from Last Kings as Slime seems to be restarting their game due to high ping, but Last Kings look honestly so uncoordinated right now.
I would say that it's like the biggest disconnect I see is between Remy and Toast. It seems like they're both doing their own thing when they really need to be playing more together. Sam and North have really kind of like capitalized on collapsing an individual target, while Remy is always on his own doing his own thing, and Toast is, and then Toast loses in a Tracer v Tracer duel to North. So like I just think that they need to figure out something there. To either like they either need to reset and, well, frankly, have their Tracer actually follow the ball. Or just like, I don't even know. Like, if you're not good at the ball sig composition, you can try other things, right? I know people are like, this is an apprentice, like, it won't work. I'm like, This isn't pro play. There's a lot of ish that can work. Because sometimes when you play the main composition, if you're not playing it correctly, then there's almost no point in playing, because you have to execute it at a certain level for it to be effective, right? You could very well just full commit to the dive here and just do ball diva if you wanted, with like something with Lucio, like the Lucio Mercy variation.
But now Schleim's like Zenyatta charge is gonna be completely reset, which could be a kind of big issue, as they're going to be slower on the Transcendence, which are 100% right, as they're now stacking together in this small room where North is looking to get this pulse bomb off to end the fight before it can even happen, when they could obviously just go brawl and kind of fight against it. With the issue, there's a lot of issues, especially like the Zenyatta being so far back, you can abuse this. The North does end up getting picked off from using his pulse bomb, unable to find anyone, but Zenyatta's able to pick off Schleim, and it kind of evens up this fight, but Schleim being gone ends things faster, and Remy falls off the map, not being able to do anything, and now Sam is forced to fight Toast on the point, but Last Kings are at the disadvantage. North is able to get Karna before he gets the Gravitic Flux, while North also picks up Slime once he comes back to the fight. Toast, I guess, dies from his own pulse bomb. He walks into it, and North getting the 4K, I believe, and just kind of rolling house. Remy ends up picking North, but the fight's already over by then.
I would say, like, where I'm seeing, like, Schleim gets picked first a bunch. He's kind of losing the Zen 1v1 to Sev. And then Toast, even though he did get a nice kill to open up that fight, is still getting kind of picked a lot. And then Remy, again, is on his own. That's where I've noticed the biggest differences. As well as the far now, it's just not working.
Yeah, and even worse right now, Remy goes into the mines that split off their team, takes up so much damage, and is living off just an inch of health. So now their team is going to be getting a bunch of ult charge, but they've left Carno out in the open, and he's being dived. North also gets the pulse bomb onto both of the supports, so Carno may be using this Flux to attempt to kill 4, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to do anything on this point, and it's basically a last fight. Their entire team is dead, besides from Remy and Toast. They try to contest for Frozen, ends up getting Toast, and now Remy's just wanting to contest this point as much as possible. They're now holding Flux to try to hit Remy with it the moment they come back in the point. Frozen is able to get Q before they contest, and GRUBS is just almost freely winning this game.
Yeah, I think they picked the Pharah because they kind of assumed that it would be played, like, they would try and play like the brawl like sim TP thing, and the brawl kind of, and like the Pharah can
Hey, we're going to play Ball Sigma comp here, and we're just going to attempt to make it work. At that point, you just kind of run Brawl, because Brawl is just that default composition for teams who are unable to play meta.
Yeah. We will see what they run. I really don't, like, the rest of, I don't know who the hell is Pro. Who the hell? Curator I know was Curator I know was on Volcanic for a little bit. Then Cameron just got signed.
Yeah, we've had a couple trades here and there.
Yeah, so, like, I don't really know. Like, I think that the pieces just look better for GRUBS right now. Not really what to say.
100%. They look clean. Their engages are swift. They're using their ultimates early in these fights, which is vastly important. when you want to try to stall this game, to stop the team from stalling on this point. I mean, I'm kind of just we are going to be going to Rialto, which I do see a lot of teams run ball sig, but once again, this is the type of map where you don't have to run ball sigma. You don't have to stick to the meta. You don't have to be the slave for it to be optimal. You just kind of have to play as a team and work well in this coordination. But I feel like even if they were to go some form of double shield or brawl, the Last Kings just seem so uncoordinated and disconnected with each other to do well.
Yeah, like what do you mean? Repeat's talking smack, and I don't even know what the hell he means.
That's just how Repeat lives his life. We are also going to see Promo come in for triggers, so possibly this might make a change when it comes to the sides of the DPS. But, you know...
I actually thought Trigger played okay, honestly. Like...
Yeah, no, Trigger did play good.
I think Toast is more the issue first.
Yeah, but I would have to agree with you. I saw Toast dying way more about either more or the same time than Promo. But Promo was getting very good picks, but he was just playing disconnected from the team. Oh yeah, Trigger. I was reading.
I guess
we have stats.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. North, wow, was the North had 5 deaths while everyone else in his team had 1.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny. I mean, he wasn't running into these teams. He was very greedy with the pulse bomb, so he got picked very often. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
I also toasted the most final blows on his team. Like, the thing is, like, to me as Tracer, like, you should have the most final blows because you are like the cleanup crew, right? You are like when you're diving, like the ball slams, and then you're doing a lot of damage, and then finishing off the kill. So yeah, like I don't really know. We'll see how this goes.
I feel like it's a major issue when you're map 1, you're Zenyatta. Well, I mean, stats probably got messed up because he left the map early. Well, yeah, never mind. The stats probably got messed up since he left there early because right now it's like 510 healing, which is very abysmal.
Yeah, well, I mean, he only also used... I don't think he even used more than 1 Transcendent. Yeah, he had 0 ultimates used.
And maybe that got messed up because he had left the game, so
no,
stats...
bro, before he left, I think he only used 1, and then he didn't use it when he came back.
Is that actually possible? You would actively have to decide not to use trans.
He used trans at the very end of point 1, and that was his first one of the entire match. And then when he came after he like, dude, when I tell you that Slime was just getting picked, I'm not kidding.
I tried to give
the Slime, but like this man was getting rolled.
You know, honestly, it's what we have to say because it's what Last King is kind of suffering from. Is Slime getting picked now? Carno is getting kind of pushed off this map. Slime is already so low. North able to get toast inside this brawl, so Grubs are going to be having the advantage into this push. We're going to be seeing them wanting to split
Promo's
up.
so alone. Promo's going to die.
Yeah, Promo's going to die. Carno's able to get the Zenyatta. But Remy's going to be able... no, not Remy, sorry. RMM is able to get the res up very easily, and now they managed to get Remy. They're doing an amazing job at taking angles and focusing a target, while Last Kings are just rolling into the enemy team and expecting nothing to go wrong.
Promo just kind of like just sat there at an off angle, and the team left him because they like got a pick. Because Toast tried to take a duel with North and lost. And like, I don't know, it's just very counterintuitive.
They're not even going to be able... No, just barely being able to contest. Yeah. Never mind. They pretty much give it up as no one's able to contest once Carno gets melted down. And now the rest of their team either is stalling or having to back out. Look at that. North even picks Promo off, and that's going to instigate the staggering. North already having the pulse bomb. He's going to be able to use that on the first of the fight. And on the bright side, Q is still able to come up with a bout, even to RMM, while when the ultimates are not in their favor, and that might be big. Carno's able to pick up North, but Ford is able to pick off Remy. There's going to be no cleanup on the side of Grubs, but they still get the res off. they're picking these people off so far that the Mercy has no contest when it comes to the res. They're now pushing the payload into the choke, so Grubs are having to move a bit back and watch the angle. But North is still able to get to 2K since they're stacked up. The res does come onto Slime, and he's going to be building up a Transcendence in this fight, so it's going to be a shot to pop it off. But Q comes out before it's even able to be charged up, and now they're able to get the Zenyatta. Karna's going to be going down in a second, and it's pretty much just smooth sailing to capture this point.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of... Ooh, and Remy gets picked off, so they can't even stall the point. It's almost kind of sad to watch this, because we're seeing the teams just trying their best, but they're not playing... It sounds rude, but they're just not playing this composition correctly or right. They have 6 ultimates using the pulse bomb, unable to get a stake and unable to find a opening into this push. The mines being used, they're just trying to do anything. Half of the mines get on top of the choke, though, which is kind of funny. Promo finally is able to get picked on MM, and now they're starting to be able to get a fight in. They invest around 3 ultimates, which
they only invest. They invest 2 in pulse bomb. That's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
but,
it's not that bad, but since the fact that I feel that the enemy team is so early, like they barely even push the payload, they're not really losing any time or any chance. They're kind of just stacking their ult as North is going to be getting their pulse bomb, so they're just waiting to get that 6 ultimate.
Yeah.
Now they're taking this slow poke angle, Grubs seeming wanting to be respectful and careful while they go under the point, but Toast is at 1 HP and gets picked, unable to get healing. Bob comes out, but it's all the way at the back of the point, so he's going to be poking out MM, but MM's just going to start avoiding it. They burst it down, Remy's able to get off North, so we're not going to be seeing the Tracer help. The slam comes on, Trans being used from the side of Last Kings to keep the team alive. Rez gets booped out, the Trans was meant to keep them alive, but it doesn't matter if the CC gets you. Remy going very dangerously low, and it finally is going to be picked off. So now they're missing their main tank, and Grubs are just finally able to get through this choke area.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot for me to say. It was a good minds that even gave him a fight win, but then...
And now this Flux is being used to Trans coming out, but it gets frozen due to the Discord. It did too much damage. Pulse Bomb sticks to Zenyatta while the Trans was out. It is unable, but Sam is able to get Slime, and they've rezzed their player. So now this fight is back to even. Q using the Vault to hope for any type of picks, but they managed to get Promo and Toast, and Remy is very low with the mines.
They need to stay on point. They need to stay on point.
Yeah, look at this. Slime's able to get to 2K, so this might open it up. Q going down very much in this fight. Same with Slime. And it's all up to Carno to keep contesting this point. Remy's at 1 HP, dies using the mines, but there's only Carno and Toast touching this point. If they can pick off Sam, then this may be the opening. But now they're finally able to do it, but it was dangerously close. They're just still stalling this fight. Yeah, they managed to stall it out, but it seems that Grubs are still wanting to fight this. Never mind, they switched on to Doomfist, but now they're backing out. It seems they don't want any piece of this anymore.
Wow. That was interesting. Really, the stall push came back, and Promo just got a good pick initially. Oh, I think they're going to do double shield, which with this choke, I actually like a lot more, especially since they're not doing very well with the ball sig. And, but we'll see. Of course, goes back to Mercy.
Yeah, they're coming up on the Gravitic Flux. They have to go through either 2 angles, and all of these are very linear. So no matter where they go through, as long as they're focusing down a target, they will be able to kill anyone.
Why did you leave there, Carno?
Yeah, and they're going to be using the field here for Orisa, so Orisa has no Fortify. They're going to be taking a lot of damage here. Toast uses the Pulse Bomb, unable to find anyone, but North is able to get Slime. That's the one pick you don't want to end up happening. As Toast goes down, the res comes onto Slime, but Promo's going to go down in return. The supports may be alive, but they're not able to get enough healing down, so Remy's going to be going down. Mine's being used in the middle of point Q going down. Carno is trying to contest, but they're unable to, and Grubs are able to cap with a minute 2.
It's like... The third point wasn't awful.
Score.
They at least won fights.
Switching sides.
Yeah, but they won 2 fights. They won 2 fights.
I think they more like 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. They have like 1 really long one, and then the extended fight.
Yeah, like that's a yikes.
Where honestly, it's looking scary for Last King.
I don't even know why Grubs picked attack first, to be honest. Probably just to be mean, to be honest.
You know, I can see it as a way to demoralize them, or maybe they weren't paying attention and just decided, you know what, let's
Or maybe
just get
it's
our
just because it's repeat.
Ready for battle.
It probably, honestly, probably.
I would do it just to screw with me.
You know, I don't see why not. It's a good way to. If you can get to their staff, they have no coaching at that point. What are they gonna do?
In 30 seconds.
Just repeat coach them. Hold on, I need to ask.
I don't know, but he does manage them, so I can see him coaching them.
Responsible for the choices we've made. Come on.
I mean, he's in the lobby, so
I know. I'm wondering if he actually coached.
No, 100%. He has to coach. What manager shows up to the lobby and doesn't coach? Just shows up for moral support? Okay, dude.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing this fight come out. Both teams still on this ball. Sigma comp. I'm hoping Last Kings will be able to show something different for this fight. They're both being very careful and now taking up the angles. It seems Remy and Toast are finally working together to set up these dives. Promo's actually going to be going on this with McCree, possibly for the rotation. The boop comes down, slams 3 off that high ground. That's really amazing. Remy's going to go down to half, but still manage to come out alive. But almost kill 4, which is absolutely insane. Looks completely different. But Promo goes in a weird off angle and gets isolated by Sam, going down immediately. Now Remy's trying to contest. Toast finally able to pick off North early into these fights. Remy getting on the slam. They're able to get this opening now. Force going dangerously low, having to back up. GRUBS now needing to play a lot more carefully with the CC of Promo being gone. But they're still taking so much damage. Frozen's able to get Toast, but Carno's able to get forward. That's a bigger pick, not having that Sigma. The Rock comes out early, which is going to give RMM the ability to res it. Promo gets North, and Sam is still dangerously low. GRUBS have no ability to contest it, but they get Q, which might actually open it up. They don't have the ability to brawl and get healing. Remy also goes down from being booped and overcommitting into the fight. Who is DMing today? Nobody important. Now the Flux coming out, hoping to save this fight as Promo gets the Zenyatta. There's going to be no chance to save them. They still use the Flux to try to open this up. Frozen's able to get slimed, and now it's looking like they're having to back out as Toast goes down. Only 3 people as the ball comes back in the brig, but they don't have a full team, and they don't feel comfortable going into this push.
I would say Carno built the Flux really fast, and Promo's been doing a good job. But the whole idea when you play the ball sig with a Kree is that you really just want to close distance as quickly as possible and engage as a full 6. And it felt like they played it too slow to do that. They kept allowing the Ashe to just keep backing up, creating space, and then getting kicked. Same with Sev on the Zen, right? And so they have to close distance. And as soon as Carno left the Zen in the open, the Zen was going to die because they had no shield, and he wasn't using natural cover.
I 100% agree. They're going to be coming up on 6 ult in a second. Promo going dangerously low. And now they're just waiting for this setup. But GRUBS don't care. They're getting into their spots to engage and trying to end this fight. They understand that they can't overcommit due to the stuns of Brig, Rock, and McCree. But what is Last Kings doing other than just waiting and rotating? Now the Flux coming out. It's going to find Zen. They're using the Transcendence to save themselves. But the Bob coming in. Pulse Bomb able to get Frozen. But they still haven't ignored, but they're not ignoring this Bob. RMM goes down, that may be massive. The trans being used, North able to get Remy, the trans being saving the team. The high noon counter from the back line. That was amazing. He uses that time to go behind them and distract them, and the high noon gets the 3K, and they're going to be able to cap the first point.
You know?
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I'm on, you know, I give thumbs up for Last Kings. That's the first thing I can say that they've done that hasn't made me question my my SR in the game.
Until your heart stuck flat for a reason. Look, like, it's just like, I think the Kree's actually a good look because it really punishes what GRUBS wants to do, which is like take these 2-man dives and makes it like hard pockets your Zen, as well as allows you to like just play more cohesively as you. Oh wow.
Yeah, Promo and Toast finally able to get these picks early. Remy using the mind and slamming down on RMM, immediately bursting them down. And this is an amazing push. They might be able to cap this point without contest, depending on how the GRUBS feel.
Like, but this is what I mean. Like, they just keep walking forward, taking the space, and like literally, GRUBS can't do much about it because they don't have the staying power with the Kree and the Brig that Last Kings had.
Yeah, they switched to the Lucio for that speed boost. Promo does go down. The Flux unable to find anyone, and Sam is staying on this point, so it's not able to cap. And now it's for whoever gets the next pick, but North is able to get Slime. That's massive. He was close to the Transcendence. Then he gets Remy. There's going to be no build-up for a Mines. And North getting the 3K ending Q. So now they have to back up. They are going to be coming back with a Pulse Bomb, a Trans, and a High Noon. So there is definitely a possibility for Promo getting a 3K with some form of a High Noon. Oh, then never mind. They used the Pulse Bomb early, looking to 6-1. It's unable to find anyone. But Tracer's able to get it back really fast, so it's honestly not that big a deal.
So, Promo was holding too far up, and he didn't recognize they switched to 3 in a row. And he just kind of got caught out. Oh,
they managed to get Slime due to the boots and the coordination. The High Noon being used, looking to pick off a target. It almost gets RM as they flew out, but it gets canceled out. The Trance being used to save the team as the Mines come out. 4 going down. Bob being thrown somewhere, but I don't know where. But they're able to contest us. No one's able. Oh, Bob was thrown in a weird angle, unable to really hit anyone. The High Noon gets used, but they're already dead by this point. And now Last Kings have a pretty fair, good win condition.
Yeah, this is really good because like there's really 3 archetypes to play with the ball stick. 3, the Ashe, and the Echo. And then the Tracer's in all 3 of them. Now, that being said, the Echo and the Ashe are 2 most popular because they're very potent. They allow your damage to carry. While the Kree, to me, is like, if the ball is screwing you, this is the anti-ball. Like, let's just run him over, but still maintain all the good parts of the ball stick combo. As Promo, though, gets caught out.
Yeah, he gets caught out. He's taking these really aggressive angles without anyone being able to pocket him or just bring him that peel. Now this Flux comes out, it gets 3 people, and it's just going to end the fight so fast.
Yeah. They had to commit quite a bit there. As now, as like, Last Kings still have a rally, and they can easily just engage in it, walk forward, and use that to kind of just run over the SIG aspect of their composition. So as long as they like can take the fight quickly and end the fight quickly, they should be okay.
Bad guys.
But really, like, they're looking okay.
Yeah, Last Kings have 3 ults coming in this fight, and that rally's going to be aggressively strong. They're using it early as they're starting to engage. The Mines being used to split them up. They have the ability to move this payload. Promos is able to get Sam, but North is able to get Toast, evening up this fight. Some of the Mines are on point, but they're going to dissipate by the time, and we're still in an even fight. The armor rally keeping them up. Promo getting that kill on Frozen, but Promo goes down in the same while. The issue is now is that the respawning, the stall is coming back, and that's an issue when it comes to maps like this, is that if you don't kill them fast enough, they're going to be coming back, and look at this, they had a good opening, but the Zenyatta is able to get these final blows and end the push.
They just traded when they really needed to end the fight quickly and decisively, and like Toast getting picked and then Remy going in and getting picked, like they just fed their brains out right there, if I'm being honest. And
they have to go into this next fight with a dry fight.
They really can't, because this is with how fast this comp plays. This is basically last fight. Like, look, they're about to hit 40 seconds. They haven't even engaged yet. This is really last fight.
Yeah, and only Slime is going to be having an ultimate with the Zen Trance. So we're going to be at the relying on like Carno and anyone else to be building an ultimate for these plays. GRUBS have 3 ultimates building more, but Frozen is able to get Toast before anything. Now they're looking for more, able to get this. There is almost going to be no time for a recontest. They're going to have to run back into stagger.
Elvis touched the ball, but yeah.
Yeah, but as a full 6, no. And look at Remy, they're not even wanting to. I feel like this is kind of dangerous to be hiding back this far.
No, the cart's rolled far enough back that they should be fine.
Okay, that is fair, yeah. The slam coming down, but immediately melted, and now the stagger comes in as the rest of the team is coming back. Slime does have the Transcendence to keep the team alive, but is unable to use it before Toast goes down. Now using it to keep Promo alive. The High Noon is still able to shut him down, and is able to keep the rest of the team up as the Flux comes down. Unfortunately, the Trans ends, and it slams them into the mine, and now they're unable to do anything. On the bright side, Remy does come back with the mines, but the Trans is being used to keep them up. And it looks like this is going to be the end of Last King's impressive push so far after a disruptive map 1, and GRUBS are going to be able to map 2.
It was definitely closer to map 1. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they managed to get a tick on this one.
I mean, like, they even capped 2 points. They didn't do really that bad.
Yeah, we have to give them props. Maybe the momentum's switching after starting to kind of figure out ways to play against this. I think the McCree made such a major difference being able to shut them down and take those flanks, and hopefully they run it again.
Yeah, and I think they really could have gone into third with more time if Promo hadn't held forward and then just got picked, like on second. Because they could have capped, but Promo I think got greedy because he just kept expecting. He wanted to keep taking space because he thought they weren't going to switch.
Like he takes a lot of these dangerous angles, which are favorable, but you know, sometimes he's getting abused with them, and he keeps taking the same ones. Wait, Nev, aren't you hard stuck plat too? I'm looking at your SRD.
No, well, first off, peak 3400. So suck my ass. I just don't look at my comp hours. Does it look like I play comp? Even the last time I played comp for real, not season 22. I guess season 21 sort of. Season 20 I did. Yeah, season 20 I played a decent amount. And season 19 I played decent.
All you have to do is really plays. And interestingly enough, Grubs are still staying on to the attack. They just don't want to go defense.
Bro. What? Why?
I'm guessing they want to keep us
Also, I
here.
gotta say this. Repeat. You are literally one of the most hard-stuck motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. You can't even play on a stream game because you just shit your pants. You little shit. Alright, there we go. He tries to flex that he hit diamond on support by just one-tricking Brig.
Yeah, that's not really a flex. And that's like showing you have a disability, you know? Like the game gave me more SR because I played a bad hero. Oh man, we're gonna be now. I have the question of kind of if Last Kings are gonna be able to kind of bring this back. They know.
No.
Just throwing it out the window.
No.
No.
No. God, no.
Unable to give them a chance. Throw them out.
Okay, look. Schleim is picked consistent. They pick Ike. Okay, why wouldn't you pick the Brawl map where maybe, just maybe, you can force him off the ball sake?
Yeah, going into stats too, because we have these up north again. Wait, no, wrong one. Going into this, at least on the bright side, more people on Grubs died averagely, but look at Schleim. 14 deaths per 10 minutes.
That's not per 10, that's just in the map.
Oh, okay. Well, 14 deaths. I thought it was like per 10 minutes. I've been saying this for... Nobody ever corrected me.
And look, Promo had 15 final blows, Toast at 10. Remy only had 5.
Compared to Grubs' stats, the support line for Last Kings are dying way too often. And it's crucially being an issue. Promo is still getting these final blows. He got 15 final blows.
Funny is Quirt has the least amount of deaths inside of Carno. And because Quirt did a decent job staying alive as Mercy. And the Brig wasn't awful. But it's really coming down to the fact that they just are bullying Schleim and Zen, and then Remy just quits and dies. And Toast gets picked first. Carno and Quirt are usually the only two left.
Yeah, even 5 of the 6 players on Grubs basically double some of the players on Last Kings when it comes to eliminations wise. The only person not having anything in the 30s is RMM, who has 2 kills. But everyone else basically has over 30.
Well, I guess RMM had a final blow with it.
Yeah, which is kind of concerning when your team has this many this many deaths and compared. So how are you gonna expecting your team to continue and stay alive if this is really your stats? It's a lot to look forward to when you're in scrims because you realize the issue that you're gonna be having a lot. You know, our supports are dying too much. We need to do something. But even if we're gonna be waiting in this match. So we're seeing Last Kings run the double shield. They want to play more grounded against this Grubs' attack. So how does Grubs kind of break this? What is their win point?
How does Grubs break it? They literally just roll through, hopefully push someone past shield, and then they discord them and kill them. If Quirt doesn't land a bash, they're kind of screwed. Or they just killed Toast for being it. Okay, or Toast.
Yeah, Toast almost goes down and was like at a sliver of health. Sam's at half HP, and they're gonna be leaving him. Now they're taking these off angles as Last Kings are very split. They look like they're scared of Sam as he's rotating around, and then they poke at him. Remy's gonna be having this Discord and going very low. And now Last Kings looks confused. They're unable to find a target to solely focus on. But they finally are finding someone in North that's massive. He's unable to get into the backline. Sam now going down. They have no one to contest them. So GRUBS now has to back up. Still looking for that pick outside of the point. They're looking for any staggers. Maybe over-aggressing, but they're able to find that Zen. If the slam coming down, they're looking to be very careful into this fight. Last King's looking very good right now. They're not over-investing. They do have the amplification matrix, so they might be able to get an early pick into this next fight, depending on how they use it.
Yeah, well, they've done a good job of just, like, continually rotating and staying together as a group and not letting themselves get picked off. And they're making it really hard for Sam to come in because, they're like, Quirt is saving Bash for them to roll through. And so he's done a pretty good, solid job at that.
Yeah, same with Promo's stun. Yeah, they're having to just wait. Remy's also doing really smart by staying in this small room. They're now using the field. They missed the shield bash, but Sam is still unable to escape. However, Remy has to pay for their life as a bit of distraction. The immortality now coming out, but Carno's able to get North. It seems that Frozen was able to get the copy, but onside the Baptiste. So, but they still get the amplification matrix out. Trans being used to save this fight, but Toast is on this Brig. A copy is kind of insane because it's able to build that rally, but now it's going to be going down. So I bite my tongue. The Flux coming out of Carno might be able to help this out, but Sam is able to drop the mine. So the moment that Toast drops, it's unable to do anything. And now this is sort of a messy fight as anyone's just looking for the advantage. Toast is just kind of having to play very back as he's coming. He's not even on point. But Sam is just hiding in this little cubby, not getting picked off, and it's just hiding. GRUBS is unable to really get them due to the fact that they're playing so together and they're very scared to commit. No, but they're still wanting to invest. It's honestly impressive. Slime almost goes down. They're still fighting. Slime almost goes down, but now he's going to be paying for it. They pretty much just said, we're not going to give you time to set up. We're basically just going to go in. We have an ultimate. It doesn't matter. And they kill Q, and it looks like the rest of them want to come in. Remy is still coming to contest when the rest of their team backs up, using the bongo, looking for the pick.
Why? Why, Remy?
Remy commits while Carno backs up. There was some obvious communication errors in that last fight.
Honestly, though, good first defense from Last Kings.
Yeah, they looked very well. Remy did very good when it came to positioning and hiding back, but now they switch onto the ball, probably wanting this dive instead of being just dived on. But they have to be careful. Sam is rotating all the way to the back. Q is still doing an amazing job testing them as they're watching the high ground so they don't get pooped off. GRUBS still able. The slam now coming in. And there's Anatas going down so early.
They have to commit with their Sig, otherwise the Sig's just gonna die.
Because Q drops down, is able to get these last couple picks. Oh, the pulse bomb comes down, Toast goes into the air. Oh, just got high enough so that Slime wouldn't die. But now it seems GRUBS are still wanting to fight this. They're not scared and taking damage or anything else. As Sam is able to build up these mines, he might be using this very early. While Last Kings have 4 ultimates into this next fight, they pretty much have the advantage. But North is able to give Slime before he throws out the immortality. It doesn't hit the ground before he's able to hit it. And then Promo goes down. They're unable to use the ultimates at this point. Rally being used so they can have this movement into the fight. Q now has to go down, and they're just getting this free contest. Never mind, Remy is trying to stall them out, going on there, and GRUBS are now taking disadvantage.
They should have another recontest. They just need to reset as a group.
100%, especially with these ultimates. They're wanting to be careful going through this door. The field gets placed so far out, they're unable to use it. And now the Flux comes out, the Trance gets used to save them, the copy is aggressing Last Kings in their backline. Mine's being used so they can stop them from from entering, and now Last Kings. Wait, but the point is not being pushed, and Remy is behind it, contesting it. So if they don't see that, it's not even going to get pushed. Remy goes for the boot, and is able almost to get 4, but he Gravitic Fluxes to save himself.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah, then he gets stunned out of it as he goes to get an aggressive
Actually,
pick.
they even have a touch, though? They don't.
No, Q doesn't want to touch it to engage in any kind of stagger, so they back out and just give it to Grub.
I would go back to double shield at this point, not gonna lie to you. On third.
You're in this close corridors, everything is such an obvious way, and it's pretty hard to play this Ball Sigma comp, so honestly, I 100% agree with you. But Remy's probably staying because they're going to be having mines, so they can use it for one fight, and then it's important that they switch. But they do have the ultimate advantage. I will give them that. The double slam comes in. They're looking to pick off Sam. He goes down to half as both picks are being looked to be used. Remy throwing out the mine. Splitting. No, not splitting. Splitting themselves as Remy has to go through them to get out. Carno able to get the Zenyatta, who was misplaced in a very aggressive position. And now the entirety of their team is wanting to back out to stop themselves from getting staggered.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much really to say now they're holding close. Like, Quirt and Promo have done a really good job of just, like, stunning and keeping them in these fights, to be honest. Same with Carno. Like, Quirt, Promo, and Carno have played really well.
Looks like they want to use this rally to get this brawl in. Promo has the high noon.
Oh!
So he's able to get Sam, the high noon coming out. Frozen, copying and going to the Mercury, but he gets picked out of it. The high noon not able to finding anyone, but they're still able to stall themselves from dying. Promo now going down. There's only 3 people who are able. As 2 more come back to the point. They have ultimates. The Transcendence being used. It's going to give them that opening to move in. While the Transcendence of the opposite team gets used to stall. Mines going down on the point. Gravitic Flux being used. That picks up a majority of Last Kings. And doesn't get stunned out. Sam's Mines able to pick up the last of the enemies. The Mines going down, and it's unable to seem that Last Kings are going to be stopping this push. Being able to count with only 37 seconds. But honestly, this looks like a massive improvement from Last Kings' first map.
Yeah, I mean, like, if they only played like this the first 2... Well, I mean, even last map was an improvement. Like, they've gotten better. I think they found more what they want to do with the Kree. Because the Kree allows them to play more aggressive instead of slow. Because in the slower fights, like, Grubs has shown that they're just better. In faster fights, like, it's more...
Honestly, yeah. And, you know, Last King started out the first map not even being able to get a tick. And then this map... And the map after that, they were able to get 2 points. Now... we're going to have to see if they can cap all 3. I feel that the main issue of Last Kings is that they're not playing as a team when it comes to these fights, and they're not using their ult. Especially during that first point where Remy decided to re-engage in the fight.
I get he was switching to the ball, but Bongo is such a good ult.
Bongo's massive. It's basically a damage boost for your entire team. And I feel that Carno getting it or Promo basically would have been a free team fight.
Yeah.
I'm feeling an almighty thirst.
Going into this, it's going to be Ball Sigma again. But it seems Last King or Promo is sticking on this, which I love. He's been doing phenomenal on it.
Wait.
Never mind. Yep, he's going to that Soldier 76.
What?
You know, I was praising him. And now he makes me bite my tongue. Promo, DM me after this match, I'm gonna yell at you because you, my good man, are a very confusing person as we're seeing this fight go in. They're gonna have to get past this choke. On the bright side, since Grubs aren't on double shield, they're able to poke them without any warning as North immediately gets shut down. They're unable to get a res up, the slam coming down, and Promo getting frozen. This is the advantage that they're looking for. Slam tries to find that mercy, but is unable to get any. Promo getting RM. And now this is just kind of a stagger fight.
The objective must be taken.
Mobility increased.
Wow.
A really clean engage from Last Kings. They got those picks. And never mind, it seems Frozen. Wait, did he just switch heroes? Or because he only has 1%?
Yeah, he just switched. He was on to Ashe. Now I guess he wants to match the Soldier.
Okay, well, confusing. He just got rid of all his ult charge, but you know, I'm not here to judge. Looks like Remy is in behind, but it's unable to get an
You slam! You had two. You had. Oh my.
Yeah, and they're gonna pay for that slam, slowing down the momentum, looking for like any form of damage they could. And then Promo's gonna go down. They don't have anyone to contest the high ground, so they have to back out. They're not unable to really move through this. Toast tried and goes down to half, and now he's trying to be poked out. Arno does go down to half. The Last Kings are having to play very carefully.
Yeah, I mean,
This
it's
Remy is trying to use the height to go on top, but ends up missing and decides to go for the ball afterwards.
wasn't the
like,
word.
Yeah, it looks like they're just waiting for Remy to go on high ground, but they miss the hook and boop and almost pay for their life. While Sam does the same, but is managing to escape. They're using counter Valks for each other, and it's all up to who uses the ult first, as Frozen's able to get that pick on Toast, and the Transcendence allowing the team to be moving in. If your Last Kings, you don't want to commit anymore, because this fight's basically over.
Wow, I mean, they used, like, it was a good way to force out Trans there, because now they have a free Flux. They can literally just, like, Flux and Visor on. Because now they use both support ults that fight, while all Last Kings does is invest one Valve.
Yeah, and even better, they managed to pick off Frozen, who had a Visor too. Now they're going to be popping the Flux. It's only managing to get the Sig, but that's really all you need when he's so close to that ultimate. They managed to pick off North. He's just consistently getting punished for his over-aggressiveness. And now GRUBS have to back up as they're waiting for any kind of push. They want to wait till they're a full squad. But there's Zenyatta's going to go down while he's in the back line. Same with Frozen. He opens himself up instead of going to the high ground.
I never thought I would see a soldier v soldier battle.
Exactly. Now we're kind of waiting for 4 to do anything. As Promo goes behind them with
Or
the
just
Visor.
whipped.
He did. He kind of missed them all. But Promo still gets punished while using Visor. Now Frozen's coming out looking for anything. And Sam's just able to kind of carry the team, getting these 2 picks. What from looked like a bad start with 4 missing his Graviton.
And they still haven't used copy, but Toast has had copy for a while. I don't really know why they haven't used it. And now RMM goes to the Brig. Yeah, I like the Brig switch as well, because you don't necessarily need to pocket the soldier. You can kind of just like let him run around, do his thing.
They don't have a soldier anymore. Oh, yep, Toast immediately getting the Zenyatta. That's a massive opening. He was so close to Trans. And now they have to push out. Toast needs to not die right now. Never mind, he's going to have to perish. While he has copy.
Should be able to res.
No, they're contesting it, and he's scared to try to do anything. 4 goes low, and they're unable, but they're still able to. Well, look at this. Q tries to contest the point. Sam goes right back.
And they respond.
That's very good. They have that ultimate now. Well, they have the ability to charge up their ultimates, but they're not focusing the target. And the Slime Sam, I think they both walked off the map.
Copy someone, Toast. Copy someone.
Yeah, he finally copies the ball, and he's now going around. Promo's gonna go down, but he's unable to build anything as he immediately gets slammed, falls off the map or something, just dies quickly, and Remy uses the mines. He's unable to find anything. I am so confused by this fight. 3 people fall off the map, and North almost fell off the map. Oh, wait, I think we're gonna see... No, Frozen doesn't. Navino, do you understand what's going on from these people?
Slime fell off. I kind of understand how Toast got off. I don't understand how Sev fell off.
I could see it as BM, you know, he just jumps off the map after he gets it. But who knows? Last Kings, though, are going to be coming up on that field. That's very good to counter the Echo. They managed to get North, and the Flux is able to get that ball, so there's no chance of the ball contesting this point, which is really good. The counter Flux and Visor coming out, stopping before Frozen. It's gotten 2 picks. They've rested Zenyatta. This is the opening. They've been looking for that rally, hoping to try to stop them. Q comes in, tries to use the gun, but has to back out because they were in danger. The rally is so powerful, they're able to just walk out. North is able to get Slime, so there's going to be no Transcendence for this stall. They're going down less than a minute, and Remy is just looking to try to do anything on this point. Q also invests the Valk, which is kind of unfortunate, since we're going in with only 2 ultimates. Oh, and they stagger Q a tiny bit, which is going to be bad, because they're only going to be able to touch point at maybe less than 10.
When it's literally just Quirt.
I can't pronounce it right. That's why none of what you
How
yelled at.
can you not pronounce Quirt right? It's
I'm
literally
I'm
five
I'm, just,
cubes.
I'm Spanish,
Shut up.
and
There's
the
no.
Q is silent. The Q is silent.
No.
They're gonna be walking into this fight as Remy's able to get mines, almost dies, but manages to escape. They're looking to use it. North able to get to 2K, but Frozy goes down after their copy. The trans now keeping up Remy. They're looking at this fight alive. Slam goes down. Remy able to pick off North. Promo falls off the map and is unable to get back. The trans coming out of the Zenyatta, keeping GRUBS alive, and now this is looking very unfortunate for last. The field coming out as the two players are being able to touch, but they're unable to get damaged. But they do manage to get 3 picks in this field, but there's only one person on point, and even if they got it, they're unable to catch the second point as GRUBS wins a fairly dominant 3-0 series.
Don't ask me to interview.
Wait, what'd you say?
Don't ask me if we want to interview anyone, because I don't. I don't want to interview anyone.
They don't get an interview.
And that's why we're pulling in 4. Here you go.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
No, we're pulling in 4. Are the same 4 who got 11k damage, 5 deaths, final blows, and 25 elims that map?
Oh, that's that line.
Are we actually or no? I need to know if I'm gonna send this out.
No, you're not.
Okay, we're not actually. Yeah. Oh no. But Navino, what really were your thoughts on that game?
Arno looks good. Quirt looked pretty alright. Promo looked really good. If we looked at ultimates used, Toast only used 2 ultimates that entire map. Promo only used 3, but he was playing Soldier. I don't know. Plus, though, he still had a decent amount of final blows. Then you had... yeah, so I would say the biggest thing I noticed was lack of ult usage from their DPS. Remy dies a lot. Toast dies a lot. And Schleim dies a lot.
Very, very intuitive information. But I thank you all for joining us for this game.
I mean, to give you an idea, Schleim had three final blows as Zen slash Brab, while Quirt had 5 as Mercy slash Brig.
That is should Court try to do their best to carry the team. But I thank everyone for joining us for this reschedule of Last Kings versus GRUBS. Make sure to follow the Flux Cup Twitch channel as we'll be serving Expert next week on the weekend. But otherwise, my name is Intel. This is Navino who joined me, and we thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. Have a good one, y'all.